Christmas Song is a brilliant film. This was released in 2012. It was directed by Timothy Bond and written by Kevin Commins, and it stars Natasha Henstridge as Diana and Gabriel Hogan as Ken. And they are both music teachers at a school, and this school recently actually merged. It was two separate schools that joined, and as such, they have two music teachers, both of whom were kept on. Unfortunately, it looks like eventually one of them will have to be let go because this was just a temporary thing. However, there is a local Christmas song competition and they both decide to enter, and there's kind of this suggestion that whoever wins will be the teacher who's kept on. So they both have various students who are performing the songs, and the film is all about preparing for the competition, but it's also about the romantic relationship that develops between Diana and Ken. They don't have a very similar teaching style, to put it mildly. One is very formal and very factual, while the other, Ken, is a bit more free spirited. He's all about the feeling of music and embracing it, whereas Diana's a bit more formal and prefers classical music. So they definitely have different approaches, and honestly, I didn't feel like this came across in their competition entries. The competition entries were not worlds apart in terms of style, but they were both really enjoyable to watch as we saw them develop, and the vocal performances during rehearsals were lovely, and I genuinely didn't know what direction this was going to take. I didn't know who would win the competition. I didn't know who I wanted to win because I liked both of the teachers. I think they were both very likable in their own ways, and it just wouldn't seem right that one would keep their job and one wouldn't. So I knew I had to set myself up for some potential heartache, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And I have to say, it's a very unpredictable narrative. Unpredictable in some ways, mostly with the romantic aspect and certain behaviours of the children taking part. There were things that I'd expected that did happen, but there is also plenty that I didn't expect, and that helped to keep things really interesting. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, we have some gorgeous Christmas music. I won't actually give away what Christmas songs are in this, particularly the songs that they are singing for the competition, because I was curious to know what they'd be. So I won't spoil it, but I will say that the vocal performances are beautiful. The characters are all really likable. The development of the narrative is great. The pacing is great. It's unpredictable. It's really festive. It's a pretty great film. Christmas Song is one that I had a lot of fun with. It gets a little bit emotional here and there, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. I don't know if I'd ever seek it out, but if, for example, it was on TV or something, I might stop and pay attention because it was pretty decent. And if you haven't seen it and you like Christmas films, then Christmas Song is definitely worth watching. I also need to apologise if I've referred to it as the Christmas Song at any point. It definitely is just Christmas Song, but however it's titled, it's a brilliant film and absolutely worth watching.